Hey y'all, Zach McDonald, your real estate agent here with Real Property Associates, and this is my July monthly market update. And if you're new, I start off each update with a story. So I'm gonna start here with a story of my most recent listing that sold, and that's a home in the North Beach neighborhood. It's a little bit northwest of Ballard. And I met the seller, I met him playing basketball actually at the Shoreline Community Center. So basketball is one of the things that I really enjoy doing in my free time. It's a great workout. And for the last 3.5 years, I've been playing basketball with Myron in the mornings. And he approached me, it was about 4 months ago now, telling me that it's time to sell the family home. And so we met together, decided to list it. We got the photos, the video, the 3D tour, we got all the marketing done. We were ready to go. We were actually just waiting for some construction to finish up on the back street. And the next door neighbor's daughter contacted us and said, hey, we really would like to buy this house. We have good memories here. Our parents live next door. And after some negotiation and a couple different offers that they made, they decided that it was too good to pass up. So we actually took the offer before I even got to market it. So it was a big bummer for me because I like to do the marketing. I like to try to drive in the competition. But it ended up being a really big win-win for everybody. They got a good price for the house, specifically looking at some of the other sales. And they just felt really good about it because they knew the neighbors, they grew up next door to the neighbors, so it was a big win-win for everybody. Now, the part that you all really care about, or maybe you like the stories best, but a lot of you like the stats, and I did a video yesterday, and I'll link it up, and that is the market slowing down? And in the last few months, we've seen inventory numbers go up a little bit. That just means that more homes have been listed than they have in the past. So we started to see more homes come on the market, and we also in the last few months have seen less homes selling. So you have what happens in that instance is you have more supply than you had previously. Now our supply numbers are still really low, so we're still months of no sales at all to really get to a more healthy supply number. But there have been talks of, well, the market's slowing down. It does every summer. It slowed down a little bit earlier this year, and so there's people that are a little concerned about that. I'm not concerned about it, and I talk about that more in my video that I've linked up. It always happens. And in 2016, we actually talked about the same things. I heard the buzz around the office, and specifically the people that have been around for 25, 30 years. Like, there's just no way this is gonna keep going. This is the end. We're never going to see multiple offers and bidding wars again. And then here we are the last couple years. So my personal conviction is that we're going to see the normal seasonal slowdown, and then we're going to start to pick up again come the early winter time, like kind of late winter, early spring. So that's my predictions about it. But a few numbers that you might be interested in. The median sales price is still up in Seattle about 7% from this time last year, but that is less than our record-setting pace that we've been at. So what happens when there's more supply and less demand, you start to see the prices level out a little bit. It makes sense, right? And come on, 7% is still a great, a lot of appreciation. It's not crazy. It's not something that makes the news necessarily, but it's still really solid. A few things that we did see, we saw the amounts over asking price go down, which makes sense, right? You have more homes, so less buyers are competing for those homes. And the noteworthy things I think to talk about too here are the median sales price. So I think the reason I'm not concerned here, one of the big reasons is because, well, two things. First of all, the median sales price last month in the city of Seattle was $462 per square foot, which is the price per square foot, sorry, median price per square foot, the highest it's ever been. Highest it's ever been. So people are still getting the top dollar for their square footage on their house. And homes are still selling in an average 7 to 8 days, depending on if you're in Seattle or Shoreline, Edmonds, or Linwood. So it's not like homes are taking forever to sell and the prices are going low. What I think has happened, and this is another one of my hunches, is that buyers have gotten more selective. And so the house that's on the super busy road or behind a strip club isn't selling in 6 days with 10 offers because people are like, I need to get a house, I'm gonna miss out. I think buyers have realized that they're not gonna miss out. There's going to be an opportunity for them. And specifically the buyers I'm working with right now don't have that same sense of urgency that I saw over the last few years. They're still serious. They still want to buy a house. They're still approved and qualified, but they're not in a hurry to buy just a house. They want to buy a house that they want to live in. And my wife and I went through it like a year and a half ago, the same experience, but we were the one, like every week we made an offer, every single week until we got a house. And we look back, and every time we pass one of those houses, we're like, I'm so glad I didn't get that house, because we were in that same mentality. We don't want to miss out. We don't want to miss out. But we're glad we got the house we got, and what we should have done is not made an offer on any of those houses and just made an offer on the one we like. But people feel that pressure. Well, if I don't get if I make an offer and 10 other people like it, I might not get it. And that's the hard part, right? That's the tension. So buyers aren't giving into that as much right now, is what I've seen. So that coupled with listing agents and sellers, I think. So sellers, this is for you, or homeowners. You push the price and push the price and push the price, and eventually you get to a spot where buyers are like, I'm gonna kind of wait on this one and see what happens. And so we're kind of getting to that spot where buyers are being a little bit more selective and sellers are still pushing the price like I talked about, and we're kind of at that like, what's gonna give? And so I think we're just gonna see a little bit like we have. Prices are gonna level out. They might go down a little bit. It's hard to say prices are going down. They always do this time of year a little bit because there's more selection. But I think as we head into the new year and even into the fall again, we're going to start to see a little bit of a pickup again in the prices. So that's my predictions. I wouldn't be worried though. That's the big message today. Don't be worried. If you have questions about the market or you want to talk a little bit more about your individual situation, I'd love to be a resource for you. So you can either, if you're watching this on Facebook, you can contact me via the contact button, or you can, if you're on YouTube or somewhere else, you can find my contact information and go ahead and reach out to me that way. Thanks again for watching, and we'll have another one of these for you next month.